Will this make you pick up an Xbox to play these games?
Absolutely not. But what they were leaning to in the conversation was it being Jetfire. And I was not really excited about that. I saw this online and a lot of people were really excited about the fan. Can we just get them to redo a whole new figure? Yeah, I saw those and we're like, oh, okay, this is a lot going on here.
It's like taking the G1 blueprints and bringing it into modern day. I've got to say, the packaging on these is what tipped me over into picking them up.
Yeah. God, just another dent to my wallet.
Okay, we are having an off-topic episode, so let's get back to the point at hand.
Hey, welcome back, BBC fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And we're back with another round of news. As you can tell, I'm still out on vacation, but we had some exciting things we wanted to bring to you. But before we do that, let's give a shout out to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where you can find many of the figures we've either already talked about or some that we're going to talk about on their site. So go check them out. Also want to give a special thanks out to our members. I think we actually have a couple of new members as well. And so we want to say thank you guys for that. And to our subscribers, without you, we wouldn't be doing this. So really appreciate the support. So with that, let's go ahead and hop into the news.
All right, let's do it. And let's start off with this kind of fun little thing that Transformers like to do, which is the Hall of Fame voting. So this is up, and they asked us which of the 13 Primes is our favorite, what's the best Legacy United toy, the best Studio Series toy, and the best exclusive toy of the year. So what was your favorite 13 Prime? I guess we'll just go through these really quick.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about the 13 Prime, so it was pretty easy for me to jump on Alpha Trion. And what I started to do actually last night is started to read up on all the others, but I fell asleep. So I'm going to go with Alpha Trion for now, and my vote may change after I read some more of the lore on each character.
I think it'll stay with Alpha Trion. So I picked Onyx Prime because he's the Beast Prime, and he's like a centaur and stuff, which is really cool. So I picked that. But then, and I also have Onyx Primal, which is the black Nemesis Prime Bat. But I forgot that the Fallen was a Prime, so I'd probably pick the Fallen if I remember that. Just because that's a cool idea as well. For my best Legacy United toy, I actually picked Tigerhawk. Surprisingly.
Wow.
There's not really any other ones that I have. Yeah. It's not going to be the Bumblebee. So I had to give it to Tigerhawk. It's a fun toy. If I bought it for full price, I still don't think I would have felt, I don't mean to be mean, ripped off like I do on some of the other Hasbro leader classes. In my opinion, my personal opinion, what did you choose as your best Legacy United toy?
I actually chose Gears. And okay. Similar to you, I don't have a lot of them to go by, but Gears was probably my favorite. And I was very surprised once I got him as well. I probably transformed him more than I transformed any other Hasbro figure I've gotten, not only this year, but probably last year or the previous as well.
Yeah, that's just like me with Tigerhawk. I was actually fun to play with. Magmatron would have gotten it if it wasn't for all those paint problems. Well, they're not problems, paint choices that they did. So, what about Studio Series? I know you collected quite a few Studio Series, so which one did you choose?
This one was kind of there. I do, but there wasn't a lot that I collected this year, so it was really a toss-up between Swoop and Springer, and I think Swoop got the nod because Springer was a slight retool of a previous version,
and Swoop was retool.
I was being kind. He came with some new weapons, so those are the tools, So I gave the nod to Swoop. The nostalgia behind it, completing the Dinobot set, and we had been waiting for so long. So that was, even though I wasn't really that excited about the figure once I actually got it, that was the reason that I chose Swoop.
Now, do you think the 86 Prime would have got it if you already had that toy?
Probably so.
Yeah. For me, I realized I have no Studio Series figures this year. I didn't collect any of them. So I just went off of what I thought was good, and just like you, I picked Swoop because out of all of them, that was the best looking one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I don't plan on getting him, but if they repaint him in white as a pelican, I'd probably pick it up.
Yeah, that's. I was just about to call him a pelican too. So yeah.
And then your best exclusive toy. What did you choose?
Even though I don't have him yet, I'm gonna go with Knight Rider.
Okay.
I think it gave me more than what I was expecting. With it having the lights and supposedly the sound, but more than that, the price point. I just knew it was going to be at a higher price point. Don't get any ideas to raise the price, Hasbro. And it looks good in both alt mode and bot mode. So I'm really excited to get that figure.
Yeah, Knight Rider was my number 2 choice, just because I don't have it yet. So I went with something else, and I actually chose Ferret. Just like Tigerhawk, I've messed with him a lot, so I had to put him in that spot because he's fun to play with, and probably because the Cyclonus mold was a great mold to begin with already.
It really was.
Well, let's keep it moving. Let us know your thoughts below on what you chose. If you chose any, if you didn't, go vote. It's fun. Why not? Next, so I guess there's classification listings on the Australian movie boards for the Transformers games by Microsoft Studios. So I'm assuming this is the first 2. I think it's Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron. Will this make you pick up an Xbox to play these games?
Absolutely not. I am a PlayStation guy. I had the Xbox 360, which I won at a company party many years ago, and that was my one and only venture into Xbox. But I find that I'm not really that much of a gamer anymore. I just don't have the time, so I definitely wouldn't invest in that. In fact, the PS5 may be my last game system until I get more time on my hands.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm right there with you on PlayStation. Guys, I got the PS5 for Mortal Kombat. That was a little bit of a letdown to me. So I haven't been playing it that much. But I have these for the PS3. So if I really wanted to, I could just boot up my PS3 and play these. But I probably wouldn't. They didn't. A lot of people like them and a lot of people are excited, and I'm so happy for them. They just didn't click with me. I've never been a shooter type of guy.
Same.
So, you know, now if they made a Transformer fighting game like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, take my money.
I'd be in there. I'd be in there for that as well.
We'd be playing that together, definitely. Well, let's keep it going. And there was the voice of Bumblebee and Grimlock, so that's Dan Gilvezian and Greg Berger, had some interviews. I didn't watch them, so if you guys want to watch them and there's anything interesting, please let us know. Did you watch them, Bobby?
I did not. Luckily, as I said, I'm still on vacation, so it's been really hard to really dive deep into the Hasbro news. So that's why I was really excited to do this, because I was hoping you saw the interviews and could tell me about them.
Well, I'm not into voice actors. I actually thought the voice of Bumblebee was the guy who voices SpongeBob for a second.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my god, he did Bumblebee, and then this guy is older. So, from a glance, you step back. Tom Kenny, I think his name is. But really cool. Let us know if you guys heard anything. And speaking of voice actors, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker will be at TFCon Baltimore. They just posted this. I swear we already talked about this. But in case we didn't, here's your chance to go buy tickets if you haven't already.
Right. I think the tickets go on sale on September 7th, and that was the news.
Oh, that was the news. Okay, I didn't see it. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's at noon on September 7th. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what I saw.
Go check the TFCon Baltimore website to double check, because Bobby saw more than I did. So now let's move on to the leaks. And there's only one, and this is toyhabits.com, which is a website that I haven't really heard of, so maybe I'll start checking them out more. But I guess It's Chad, which is a YouTube channel, who leaked the Triple T G.I. Joe Cup, and the Mobat Optimus Prime is saying they're doing a crossover with G.I. Joe and Transformers that's going to be Titan class. What are your thoughts?
So I actually did watch that video. He actually brought in another YouTuber, Kato, to do kind of be his side chair for him and bounce questions off of Transformers and things. And I was hoping it would be the USS Carrier. That would be absolutely amazing. And if they did that as Broadside or something like that, absolutely amazing. I also think the Night Raven would be amazing as well. But what they were leaning to in the conversation was it being Jetfire. And I was not really excited about that. But I guess Jetfire has had its chance in the comics, or what I think it's a striker or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But with that, it's fine. I will probably pick it up. They've been getting better with their, or let's see, the Triple T is better than probably all the other G.I. Joe crossovers, the way it looks in alt mode and bot mode. So I'm very curious. I'd really like to see a Night Raven, and that would be very exciting to see. But what they were leaning to is it being Jetfire.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the USS Flag, because that would have to be like 2 or 3 Titan class figures that make one, if it's going to be this scale. The
Right.
Night Raven, I think that's the current HasLab, if I'm not mistaken.
The Rattler.
Oh, the Rattler. You are correct. Okay. I was going to say they wouldn't do it because of the HasLab, but I can see them doing the Night Raven. Who they turn it into, maybe Starscream, but that wouldn't make much sense because then he'd be huge. But that would still be cool, and I don't know if it's that big. Jetfire is the logical choice because he was in the comics and stuff, and they already have, I think it was, you've seen it, the SDCC exclusive G.I. Joe that's
Right.
Jetfire. But that is probably the most boring one they can choose because it already looks like the Commander class. Pretty, different style, but, so we'll see. Let us know what you think below, what the G.I. Joe Titan crossover is, or if it's even going to happen, and we'll be right back. Well, let's jump into what's just announced, and we've got some Transformers 1 stuff, so I don't think we have to go too far into it, but there's going to be some Japanese merch, which I think those are just cutouts. I guess one of them is considered a spoiler. I'll let you guys figure out which one. But they do look cool, regardless.
They do. I really like those little keychains. Those are kind of cool.
I was thinking the keychains are the best ones. The transformation cog in particular is very interesting and cool.
Yeah. So I saw these and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Same. I guessed Roblox has a game called Drive World, which I've never heard of, but they are going to have a Transformers 1 crossover. So I know Roblox is very popular among kids. I think. Could be completely wrong. Don't know much about it. But that's cool that, you could go ahead and drive Megatron's tank around, and I'm assuming race, if it's called Drive World.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never heard of it or played it either. So good luck to those who want it, and let us know if any of you play it and what your thoughts are.
Yep. So, Way Studios is having Transformers 1 Optimus Prime statue, which I think actually looks pretty good, the statue. And as you could see, it comes with a Megatron, so we'll talk about that in a second. But what do you think of the Prime?
Oh, okay, good. Thanks for clearing that up. I didn't know it came with the Megatron. It's fine. I actually like the blue in the legs. That blue is really, it's a nice looking blue. And it's fine. It doesn't jump off the shelf to me or seem like a must-have, but it's fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the Megatron tank though, and it's funny because Megatron comes with Optimus, so if you want a complete set, you have to buy both of them.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
When
this
when
Megatron looks good too. I like that he's more posed than Prime. You know, it's a little more intimidating, a little more interesting. I mean, not that Prime should be intimidating, but he's almost T-posing, you know, like in video games. This one has a little bit more life in it, so that's cool. I love that the tip of the barrel looks burnt from like the laser shots or whatnot. I'm assuming that's what that blue is supposed to be. Yeah, I think this looks good though.
Yeah, it looks fine, and I'm glad you cleared it up because I thought it was just a Prime statue and a. Is it a statue or is there any articulation to it or anything?
From what I read, it's just a statue, and again, from what I read, it comes with those. I could be wrong, but that's what I gathered.
Okay.
Yeah, no. For me, I don't see any articulation. They're called statues, so.
Okay, then I didn't know that the opposite figure came with it, but that's kind of cool. Gives you a chance to mess around with it, but I don't think this is going to make it into either one of our collections.
Definitely not. But let's keep it moving, and we've got some 40th anniversary goodies from Takara. So the Matrix necklace is kind of cool, but I really want that Megatron fan. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I can use that right about now.
I saw this online, and a lot of people were really excited about the fan.
I don't know what it's. Let me know if there's a reason why people really like it besides it being a Megatron fan with his hand. Please let me know if there's some innuendo or something I'm not understanding.
Yeah, I think I would go with the necklace, the Matrix necklace. Out of everything on here, I do like some of the art on the tote bags, but I'd want something in it.
And you could get it on other items that you'd actually rather have than a tote bag.
Yes.
Next, we've got Transformers X Rhodey. The collaboration was announced. Again, I don't know what these are, but they're cute. I guess Rhodey is a popular horse toy in Japan. And they're going to come with all these stickers and keychains and stuff, which, for a Japanese kid, I bet this is really cool. That knows the character. Because to me, they look like llamas.
I don't have much to say. I think it's just another one of those collaborations. And we heard this earlier in the year that there was going to be a ton of collaborations. And it's crazy that they're starting to hit like right around now instead of, throughout the year. It was just kind of like, when's the next collaboration going to come? And now we're getting them like every week, it seems like.
Because of the movie.
Yeah.
Next, Iacon 3D Labs is showing off their Arc Chair, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to pick it up?
I think that. I don't know. I don't necessarily have a place for it right now in my collection. Maybe when I get back home and figure out some things. I don't really know where I would put it or where I could use it at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool looking though. I don't remember if this is what they look like, but I'm sure it is. That's what they're calling it.
Yeah, and I just remember them swiveling, so I don't know if those are going to swivel or not. So
you might need to put a little base on it to make it swivel.
Yeah.
Next, this isn't technically a Transformer, but it is the Takara told me T-Spark. I'm still very confused with what T-Spark means and what lines are underneath it. But this is the Toy Rise Genesis Gaogaigar. It's supposed to be released in 2025, and I added this because I think I'm going to pick this up. I've always wanted a Gaogaigar. I don't know why the design has always stuck out to me, and to have this ultra stylized version is right up my alley. Again, if it's like $400, I probably won't pick it up. Putting that disclaimer out there. But if it's reasonable, I want to get this just because I've always liked Gaogaigar. I used to have a little posable version of him that was like, it was a Volvotech, I believe. Loved that thing. So this would be really cool. Obviously, it didn't transform, the one I had. But I do want this. I'm interested to see more. And it's honestly more interesting than a lot of the Transformers stuff coming out recently. So I'm excited for this.
So not $400, but $399. James is getting it.
No, I said like 400. Hey, if you pay half of it, I'll buy it for $3.99.
Okay, good. Well, that I don't have a connection to the character. I'd have to see more. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up or not. But I was more so in agreement with the initial statement you made about all the stuff coming from T-Spark that I don't know what it is or what they're doing anymore. I saw some other stuff and I was just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I wish we had clarification. So T-Spark is going to be transforming figures from Takara. Cool. Understand, it's going to be everything. Because I think both of us were under the impression it was going to be like Transformers.
Exactly.
But it seems like it's everything Diaclone, Gaogaigar, or honestly, I think the anime is Gaogaigar. I don't know, I haven't watched it. I just like the design. And then we got crossovers and stuff. So it's really strange, but hopefully some really cool stuff come out of it. And this looks really cool too. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I saw a Spider-Man crossover that
with Zoids.
With Zoids.
Yeah, and
I was
like, I kind of want it too, the black Spider-Man version.
I think you wanted the black one.
Yeah, because that's cool looking. But I'd get this though instead. So let's move on to more third-party stuff, and we've got more Color Farce heads from oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. New Supply Effects. There we go. And we'll talk about some of the heads later, but these are the new ones that are coming out. So we got Shattered Star, Hammerhead Smash, Caesar, and Starscream. So I think the only one that actually has a in Transformers universe is Shattered Star, which is Shattered Glass Starscream. The rest of them I think are new. Please correct me if I'm wrong. They all look good. The Starscream looks so weird though. But I really like the Hammerhead Smash. I think it's a cool, unique take on a Seeker. And if you gave this head to like Skywarp or something, I think it would actually be pretty cool just to differentiate him a little bit.
I agree with everything you said. Hammerhead Smash is very unique. It definitely gives you a different take on the Seeker heads, which is good, and which we don't really see a lot of. Shattered Star, spot on with it being a Shattered Glass version. Caesar actually stood out to me a little bit, and I think it's because I just like the colors. And Stark just makes me laugh. It just looks like I'm gonna try something new here. And
it took me a while to figure out. I didn't read the name. I just looked at it, and I was like, what is going on there? And then I read the name, and I'm like, oh, got it.
Oh,
I just wish we got
Iron Man.
Yeah, I know. I had to look at it because I didn't see the mouth. I just thought it was a blank face.
Oh, okay.
I just hope that you get a Shattered Glass Starscream to go with this head, and maybe a Golden Lagoon Starscream or something. But time will tell.
Yeah. It's cool that they're coming out with more heads, and so I know I've picked up a few of them so far.
Next up, we've got Mechanical Shell Studios comic-style Megatron arm for the Core Class Optimus, which does actually look pretty cool. And there's a really cool Shattered Glass Soundwave that's a custom, I think, behind it. And I really like that because I think Shattered Glass Soundwave should be a van. But what do you think about this Core Class arm?
It looks really, really cool. And it makes me really want to get it. So I may be looking for this a little bit. I think that the Soundwave also might be a hint to their next release as well.
Definitely could be.
So that's really cool. If people got that, what was it, a 4-pack, I believe?
It's a 4-pack, the Auto Trooper.
Yeah, and so I skipped on that, but this would make me, probably consider seeing if I can find it in Ross just to do this because that looks really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
The Prime looks good.
I don't know if you know this, but Shattered Glass Soundwave, again, people are going to say that it's because of the mold constraints, but he was originally a van, and he had kind of like a surfer attitude. That's why he has the bandana and stuff. So that's why they turned him into this mold, which, again, is what I would like to see Shatterglass do new unique things. Anyways, that's a different discussion for another day. So let's keep it going with Funby Studios' Hydrodrive Jetpack for Legacy Animated Bumblebee. This is, I think, the re-release for Takara came out with this. I don't remember this at all from the show, but that's not saying much because I don't remember a lot of things from a lot of shows. But this is fine. If you had the original toy, if you imported it as a kid or even as an adult, whatever, I could see you wanting this, but it doesn't really do anything for me.
It doesn't do anything for me, but I like the way it looks. It's really cute. The colors look really good. Again, I don't have a 3D printer to do anything with this, but like you said, it doesn't spark anything with me. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it looks cool.
Yeah. Next, we've got QQT's kit for Takara Transformers Masterpiece Raiden, which I think are the arms. What are your thoughts on this?
Can we just get them to redo a whole new figure?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, they literally just said, you know what, these arms suck, just put new ones on, and we're just going to make it a non-transforming figure at this point. I'm like, just get it. This thing's only like a foot tall. Just make a foot tall non-transforming Raiden, and then it probably have the same amount of parts as the two arms. Yeah. And I love that they even took off like the side pieces on the feet.
Yes.
They're like, we know those suck. So.
And gave it more appropriate the guns on the side. So yeah, it's fine. I just hate that they also called it a masterpiece. They left off the G. So yeah, we got to definitely clarify there because it's definitely not a masterpiece. It's a piece of something, but it's not.
Okay, we're getting off topic again. So let Bobby know what you think of the MPG Raiden down below. I think it was like 6 months ago we went on a big rant. So if you guys could find that, have fun. Lastly, we got a teaser from Fans Hobby. I don't know if they showed this off or not. I feel like they did, but I can't remember. We got the Energon Wing Saber, which is, pretty tall. It looks cool. Here's some up-close shots of the test shot. Are you going to be picking this up?
We did talk about this in the past when it was first announced.
Okay, I didn't remember if it was announced or not.
Yeah, and I mentioned that I have no connection to the character at all. It didn't really do anything for me at that time. It still really doesn't do anything for me now. Not that means I'm not going to pick it up if I see it in color and it, changes my opinion. But as of now, this is going to be a skip for me. Yeah,
for me, I also have no connection. I didn't have this one as a kid. I thought he looked cool, but I never got him. I think there's a repaint I would get if they did a Nemesis repaint. I'm still waiting on the Nemesis Energon repaint. So if that doesn't come out, I probably won't pick this up. It's cool, though. I'm happy people are getting it, but if it has the same problems as their Jetfire did, I would skip this in a heartbeat. But it doesn't look like it. It actually looks better. It's more proportional and everything. But who knows? They could pull a fast one on us.
Yeah, and plus I don't have the Energon Prime, which I wasn't a fan of as a kid. I have it, the original, but that's probably where it'll stay.
I like the original one. As a kid, I had a lot of fun with that whole Power Rangers-esque gimmick. I know you didn't like it, but it was fun as a kid to swap things around. I just didn't get Fans Hobbies because I'm good with my original one until they come out with the Nemesis version. So, Grand Scourge, I think he was called. But let us know if you are picking this up in the comments below, and we'll be right back after this short break. So we have some updates on the Manju Netsuke Optimus Prime. So it is a button fastener, which we'll look at in the next slide. I guess it's made by a famous Japanese artisan, Yuki Tsunobashima. The figure is made of silver, so it is all silver, supposedly, and made to order. And he is holding another one of his creations. I guess they're popular and they transform and stuff. You could go find it on his YouTube accounts. And the figure is considered more of a high-craft, high-end item than an action figure. And the website TransFans did post this to show where it's supposed to go. It kind of holds everything down at the top. I still don't think it's worth that much money. I actually looked up other ones and they didn't seem to be that expensive, so I don't know why this one is. But I do have to say I love the blue matrix sticking out of his chest. We didn't see that on the previous pick. It looks really cool with him being all this dark gold, bronze with a little bit of gold, and then you have this bright pop of color right in the center, which is really cool. Not worth the money, but it is really cool.
I went and looked at some of his others. I saw that he had like a little rabbit that transformed, and that looked kind of cute. But like you said, this doesn't even look good to me. So I would pass on this, on that alone. The price tag on it definitely has me not interested. I don't have anything that I could, use this for. I guess if I came into some serious money and I was like, all right, everything's taken care of, and I'm going to go ahead and start my statue collection, then I would get all the statues that I wanted. And then if I had an exorbitant amount of money, probably come back and look at all the crossovers and things that I passed on. And then after some exorbitant amount of money left over, I would probably look at the action figures that I passed on. And then I think with an exorbitant amount of money, I buy some more cars and houses and do some more trips. And then I would probably come around to still not getting this.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It looks like a Bakugan. Remember, you probably don't know. They're like little balls that self-transform.
Yeah.
It looks like you're supposed to throw this on the ground and it pops open. But no shade to the guy. Like, it looks very well crafted now that I know what it is. Just not for me. But let's move on. We do have some Hasbro figures to actually look at. I guess the next wave has leaked. So let's not spend too much time on these because we talked about them a lot, but we could touch on them. First, we've got the War for Cybertron Voyager Ratchet, the Studio Series, and this is by Poketechnic 999 on eBay. Now, what do you think of this?
I know when we first saw it, we were kind of like, oh, that looks really good, and this, that, and the other. It's looking like the Gamer Bumblebee. The alt mode, it has like the same shape. The colors and everything, definitely break it up. I don't know. It doesn't. I thought I was going to be in for this, and I don't think I am right now.
I don't blame you. I do think this looks better than most of the War for Cybertron figures still. I think this white that they're using that looks, I don't know, it looks off-white, chalky. It doesn't look like the bright white when we first saw it in the renders.
Yeah.
Is really throwing it off. I think the face needed to be silver to make it pop because it just kind of blends in with everything else. Now, maybe it's supposed to be white. I don't remember. I do like that the hilt of the axe can be put into the gun like a missile, and it looks like it actually should be spring-loaded. But I do think that looks interesting and cool. I don't think this is a bad figure by any means. I think it's one of the better War for Cybertron figures. Don't think I'll pick it up, but maybe if they do a repaint, who am I kidding? It's just going to be Ironhide. I'm still not going to pick it up. I was thinking of something crazy. But I do think this looks cool, and I love the wheels on the elbows. I think that's I just saw that. That's a really cool little design quirk.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think this is cool. We'll see. Maybe on sale. I'll pick it up.
On sale.
That would be a no-brainer, honestly, if this was on sale.
Yeah. That's where I would get it on sale.
But would you buy this on sale? These pictures are via No Trap, and it's animated Motor Master.
I have absolutely no connection to this at all. This does look better than the Prime to me, though. The colors look better. I don't like, I guess that's supposed to be a mustache or whatever. I absolutely hate that.
But you love Alpha Trion.
I wasn't a fan of the I wasn't a fan of the mustache on Alpha Trion or on
backpedaling.
Or on Wreck-Gar. I'll throw that in there as well. Even though Wreck-Gar looked a little bit cooler and it made sense for Wreck-Gar because they watched TV.
What about Unicron?
Unicron, yeah, it was just like, you know, it didn't. I didn't really notice it as much on Unicron.
Okay.
I think I was paying attention to everything else. Unicron was just badass.
Okay, we are having an off-topic episode, so let's get back to the point at hand.
Yeah, stop asking me these random questions. But this looks better than the Optimus Prime. I was totally out on the Optimus Prime. I'm probably 30% in on getting this if I saw it in store on sale. But again, I don't have any connection to it. But it would look good, like I'd probably call it something else and put it on another show.
Yeah. So I think the mustache is supposed to be an homage to Lemmy of Motorhead, which is it's because it's Motormaster. I just figured it out, which is really cool. I have the original though, so I don't know if I need this. I will say the colors are amazing. I love the purple and the neon green highlights throughout it. The black looks nice. It looks better than animated Optimus because the head is bigger, I think. You know what I mean? So since the head's bigger, everything else is more in proportion than the Optimus. This is not one I don't think I'm going to pick up, though. If we see it on sale, like you said, I'll pick it up. No questions asked, I'll pick it up. But this is not one I'm going to get before then.
Yeah.
I never understood. I mean, I get it's an animated Prime repaint, but I never liked that Motormaster had the light bar. It didn't make sense.
Yeah. There's a lot of it that doesn't make sense to me, but so be it.
There's a lot of everything that doesn't make sense to you. Next, we've got Quake. And these pictures are via No Trap again, with Heater and Tip Top.
I like the bot mode. I think I said that before. I like the bot mode. It looks good. They could have, done some other things to make it look better, but that's nitpicking. The alt mode still looks terrible. It doesn't look as bad as when we first saw it, but it does look like they just kind of clipped some things together for the treads and the bottom base, and then they just layered everything on top of it. So it looks like a 3-layer cake. Yes, and then if you add the little mini cons to it, it's the 4th layer.
Oh, I was thinking those are like the little, the candles. There you go. So the bot mode looks better, but again, No Trap has a way of making everything look good. I think it looks fine. I think it does need more paint. The colors are wrong for what the G1 figure looked like. They changed it, whatever. But it does look good. It looks fine. The alt mode is a travesty to tanks. It can't swivel. I don't like that the treads are touching at the bottom. Very weird. You could tell they just hobbled it together with what they had. And I'm surprised they got a tank out of Skullgren, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, this is a skip, even if we find it for... I'd have to be $4.99 for me to pick it up, and we're not going to find it. That would be what I would pick it up for, and I'd be picking it up for the Target Masters, not Quake at that point. But it's not bad. If you really want to Quake, I'd still say get the Titans Return version if you could find it for cheap. I love that figure.
Yeah, he's in the back of one of my shelves, I believe. So
yeah. I have 2 of them. So got one as a gift and already bought one, so I kept them. Anyways, let's keep it going, and we have the G1 Universe Optimus Prime via No Trap again. I did not know he came with an ice matrix. And honestly, it's kind of cool and unique, and I'm glad they didn't just do a 100th million matrix for this figure. It's something different. I like that. And honestly, he doesn't look that bad. I like that it's different from the Missing Link. It's less G1 accurate and more proportional. It doesn't have the super skinny thighs. The arms aren't as lanky. It's a little bit more in proportion. And I think this is actually a really good figure. They did a great job on it.
Yeah, I can't necessarily disagree with any of those statements. I have a Missing Link, so I will be passing on this one. But the Matrix is also a big differentiator, so that's kind of cool as well. To make people who have the missing link wanna, if you're really in for having all the Matrix of leadership in your collection, it would kind of make you want to go and get this. So it's fine. I will be skipping it though.
Yeah, if they do a Nemesis Prime version, I'd be definitely interested in picking it up.
Yeah, I can see that.
Next, we have Armada Galvatron via No Trap again. I think we were both in unison last time we looked at this. It's better than Megatron, but still not worth leader class price.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I picked up the Megatron on sale, so since this looks better than that, if this was on sale, I'd pick it up as well. But I do have the Fans Hobby version, so I'm, pretty happy with that. And this would just be something that I saw in store. It was on sale. I said, okay, let's go ahead and grab it. Yeah,
I'd pick it up on sale as well. I really like this color scheme. I still have my original one. It's great. The original one's a great figure. I'm assuming this is good too. It just doesn't come with a mini con, so it's not worth
about mini cons.
Yeah, and it's not worth the leader class price point if it's missing a core feature of that. You know what I mean? Like that is the core gimmick, I guess. The core principle of Armada is minicons, and they're leaving them off, and I don't understand it. I also just saw that big gap. If you look at the alt mode, on the treads, there's the red burgundy part, and then there's a gap where you can see the arm.
Purple?
Yeah, I don't like that, but again, I'm nitpicking at that point. So,
yeah.
I'm okay without the lights and sounds and spring-loaded missiles and all that, but a minicon on all of the Armada figures should have been put in the budget to begin with.
Well, you have Cyber. What is it? Cyber Coder, whatever the new one is. That's going to be all minicons for you to add to all the Armada figures. What's the new Transformers?
Cyber World.
Cyber World. That's what it is.
It's going to be all minicons.
I'm being funny. It's going to be.
Oh, I'd be okay with that. I'd probably buy a whole lot of them. You got me excited, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Let's move on to Metal Hawk. Another one that we're in unison about. It looks better than the original, but it's not much of an improvement to buy another one.
Yeah, and I don't like how the sword blends in to the alt mode the way it does.
And even if you unpeg it, I don't like that it's not all blue.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. I don't think any of those pieces that are gray, needed to be gray for bot mode. They could have all been blue. If he had blue things over the shoulder, I don't think anybody would have cared.
Yeah.
Except for the arm pieces on the sides. But I don't think that would have been bad. I think if the rest was all blue, the big thing behind the nose cone, and then the two little things on, right where his arms click into, if that was all blue, I think this would have been a lot better of an alt mode.
Yeah, they look like aftermarket parts that they put on, as upgrades or something like that, and these are the renders of it, the unfinished product. But again, I have one in my collection. I'm good with that, and that's where we'll stay.
Yep, I agree. YOLO Parks, Nemesis Prime, the pre-orders are live. Go pick it up if you want. I will be skipping this in lieu of the 3-0 Shattered Glass Rodimus. Hopefully I'm able to get that, but this one is a definite skip. It looks good, though.
Yeah, right there with you. Give me that exorbitant amount of money, and I'm in.
And the price is right. $50 for a figure that looks this good. Couldn't blame anybody for picking it up. It's just, I have a few primes that look exactly like this that transform.
Yeah, same here.
Next, we've got some images of T-Spark Masterpiece MPG 14 God Bomber.
We talked about this on the last episode. It looks great in both modes. However, we don't like the arm, the added armor in bot mode, and I still seeing these pictures makes me feel the same way.
Yeah, I agree. Something about the waist looks huge too. Maybe it's the pose or something. And these are super blurry, but these are the only pictures I could find of them where it showed off the combiner mode parts as well as the combine mode. So,
Yeah.
and you can see why those pieces on his forearms are so big. It's to give the gauntlets, make them look more proportional.
Yeah, I wish those were just, you could just add those on, or take them off and add them on if you wanted to. That would have been cool.
I agree. Moving on to third party, DK 20, 27, 35, and 35p and 42 are going to get reissued to an estimated production size of 504. That is a very precise number. But
Yes.
if you missed out on any of these and you want them, go pre-order them. They said they should go ahead and look at distributors. Chosen Prime should have them up soon if they're not up already.
Will you be picking up any of these, James?
No, I don't have any of their corresponding figures.
That's exactly where I'm at with it. So if you're missing it, go get it.
Exactly. Let's move on to some combiners. And I think you are going to be very happy with this next one. And first, let's look at the alt mode. This is Iron Factory's EX71 Fang of Botus. So this is obviously Death Cobra, which is one of my favorite names for a Transformer. What do you think of this alt mode?
It looks good. I think the blades look mediocre, but the copter as a whole looks great.
Well, the blades kind of look like the belly of a snake on one side.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but that's what I see. They're all like 5 little snakes that would be spinning, which I kind of like. It makes sense. But it looks great, honestly. This is an amazing Death Cobra. And he continues that into bot mode. This looks great. If you don't know who Death Cobra is, Hellbat killed him like 2 seconds into it, and there was never a toy made of him because he was like a gag. That Hellbat killed Death Cobra to become part of Liokaiser. But it looks great, honestly. I like how he's like casting the little snake out to like go attack somebody. That's so cool. I wish this was larger because I would probably pick it up. This is the only one that's tempting me just because I want a Death Cobra in my collection.
Yes, I thought I had a pre-order in for this, and I did not. So I am searching for a pre-order on this, so I will be picking it up.
I'm sure you will be able to. And here he is actually combined, and you see he takes the place of Hellbat, which makes sense. And the blades could turn into swords, which are really cool as well. So this looks really cool, and you can actually have all 7 figures combined into one. So you see he's on the back. Death Cobra's on the back of him here, which looks cool. And then if you want Death Cobra as an arm, Hellbat could go on the back and be like a jetpack, which is all really cool, really interesting. And I think those are the stands around him.
I have no idea.
You don't know? Okay, I assumed they were flight stands. And there's 6 of them, so I don't know. But it looks cool regardless.
Yeah, I saw those and we're like, oh, okay, this is a lot going on here. But yeah, I think I like the fact that you can add him on as an arm or put him on the back and do the same with Hellbat. I thought that was really cool, so you don't have just a one-off somewhere. And I actually like him as the arm because it breaks up that blue on the left side of the jet and the leg, or the arm and the leg rather. And so I think it looks really good. It gives you the full bag of Skittles.
I agree. I just wish Drill Rhino, I forgot his name, was more purple. Yeah. Because purple is missing from this set.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a dark blue, but I think purple would have been nicer.
Yeah.
So let's move on to another combiner that's legend scale, and that is the Rising Force combiner. And the Menasor looks, really nice. And they showed off Breakdown, which is Coyote, and he looks good too.
I do not like this Menasor.
Really? I think it looks kind of interesting.
it looks something. I think I like the individual bots and alt modes, but I do not like the combined version. And yeah, it looks. I don't even know the word for it, but I guess it's really around the chest area or the sides of the chest, whatever that white pieces are.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that. It doesn't look finished, or it doesn't look cohesive with the rest of what I think of as Menasor.
Well, I think that's because it's not finished.
Oh, I thought this was okay. Then I take that back. I thought this was the last spot that they were working on.
I mean, it is, but I think the white pieces are still prototypes, and the black bar on the arm is also a prototype.
Okay, then I take back what I said. Then I thought the only piece that was missing is the leg. So clearly, I wasn't in on this. I was actually in when they were talking about making this as the MP size figure, but that was also during the Menasor wars of Fans Toys, X-Transbots, and DX9. So
it's kind of still raging today. Anyways, yeah. I do like the superhero proportions on this guy. We don't see that a lot. He's very dynamic, very strong looking. It's cool. It works for Menasor. Don't like the head, but it is a toon head. Understand it. But they look good. So
yeah, I love that. Love that alt mode though. That's my favorite.
Are you gonna just pick this up for the alt mode?
Not at all.
Let's keep it going to this guy. Another combiner. We've got Dreamstar Toys DST02-001 Forklift Warrior.
I'm curious. I would love for you to go first on this one.
Oh, okay. I think this looks really cool. I like the colors. I think the detail work is great. We're going to get into my favorite part in the next slide. I love the pop of yellow in the gun. Unnecessary, but it looks cool. It makes sense for construction vehicles to have that little bit of yellow. I like it. I like the stylization. I wouldn't pick it up because I'd be worried that it's going to crumble into a million pieces like all of their other figures that you have. And I don't like Devastator that much. If I got a Devastator, I would get the other one that was like, it's like $250 for all 6 figures. That's about as much as Devastator is worth to me. But this does look really cool. I love the shiny green and the shiny purple that they used.
Okay. So you hit on exactly what I thought you were going to talk about, which was you weren't going to pick it up because it's from Dreamstar. The colors, I know I was waiting on the colors. I wanted to see if they were going to do silver like they did with their aerial bots, or if they were going to actually do, a green and Constructicon colors, or if they were going to give us something else, because the silver was different for the aerial bots. This looks good. I love the colors, rather. Let me change that. I love the colors. The colors look great on this. I'm not too much of a fan of the alt and bot mode in particular. I think it looks fine. I think it's a different rendition of the Constructicons. I'm curious about the price point, and I do have my concerns about if they've improved on the quality, because I did have a lot of QC issues with, I think, 3 of the jets at a minimum. And so these don't look as complicated to transform as those did, but I could be completely off with that. But yeah, I think the bot mode looks cool.
Yeah, and let's move on to the alt and combine mode. I guess I'll start first. I love the red windshield. It brings a pop of color. It's different. And that's something I wanted to say is if you do get this set, it is a different green than you're used to seeing with the other ones. And I actually like this alt mode. It's kind of futuristic, but not futuristic. It's from maybe the year 2050. You know what I mean? And I like that. But what I love about it is that combine mode. It's like taking the G1 blueprints and bringing it into modern day, where it's the same part, but it actually looks like a foot and doesn't look like a truck. And I love that about this. It's unique. It's different. Again, will I be picking it up? No. But I do really like the way that they're going with this. They also showed off the ankle tilt. It looks like it could move around just fine. So I really like this. Just not my cup of Energon, but I can see, I like where they're going.
Yeah, this looked like the alt mode looked like the Jin Bao, I think it is, version, which I have. And it's fine. You know, it's different. I'm with you on the foot mode though, because you know the G1 Scavenger had his fist foot pointed down, you know, as its ankles. This one looks very secure. It looks very very, I don't want to say, well, yeah, unique would probably be the best word for it. It looks, you know, really cool. I like how, even though the red in the alt mode is very pronounced with the windows, it's still there in the foot mode. Even though it's not popping out at you, you can still just see a breakup of the green and the black there. I like the yellow. You mentioned the yellow with the weapon. I like the yellow on the side of the shovel, and yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
actually, it looks really good.
Well, let us know down in the comments if you're going to be picking this up, and also let us know if you're going to be picking this up. This is 11 Resources, or W Resources, M01 Steel Fortress Metroplex. So they showed it off with a few bottles, and I do think it's funny that I had to leave the background in on one because I love the baseboard and stuff. Like, it looks like a, you know, they're going to mark his height off because he's growing. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is something we've been waiting for. I saw somewhere that I think the price was going to be between $1,200 and $1,500.
Ooh.
And
I thought it was $9.99.
I thought it was originally.
They increased the price
as well, and so that made me kind of say woo as well. I do have my deposit in on this. I would have preferred a G1 version than this stylized version. I forgot how skinny the waist is, that midsection is. It's very, very skinny, but I still think I'm in on this. I think it still looks good. That price though is, you know, like, oh, this hurts.
Yeah.
The light toys, I don't know if it's going to come or if it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. So I think if that was out as well, I think I would, and they stuck to their price point of being under $1,000, I would lean heavily on that version than this one being at $1,200 or $1,500, if that's the true price.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about the price, but I do think it looks good. The waist is skinny, but all of Metroplex's waists are skinny, so it doesn't surprise me. But with that being said, let us know down in the comments if you're going to be picking this right up, and we will see you in a few. All right, well, let's finish off with what's incoming and recently released. We will be going through these a little bit fast, but there's not much new here, obviously. So first, we're going to talk about YOLO Parks, Transformers 1 Cogless Orion Pax, and B127, that's what he's called. And this is via the HK-TF Facebook group. They're only $14.99 each, and they're supposed to be out this month. If you were really into Transformers 1, I would say pick these up. They're not supposed to transform anyways, and I think they're amazing representations of what they are supposed to be. I think YOLO Park did a great job. Not for my collection, but I do think they did a great job.
The price point is on point. So yeah. Like you, I won't be picking them up, but they actually look good.
And next we have the Earth Spark. I forgot her name. Anyways, Jawbreaker and the Purple Girl. What do you think about these figures?
I saw that they were up on Amazon, I believe.
They are up on they're up for pre-order on Amazon, and they're supposed to be released between 9/20 and 10/3. And it's Aftermath. That's her name, or his name.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a her or a he. Either which way. Did you reserve any of these?
I did not. I was leaving that for you. I wanted to make sure that you got your copies.
I'm glad you did, because I did pre-order Aftermath. That's way easier than trying to hunt for it. I'm glad that it's on Amazon. That one click, boom. Okay, I'll get it when I get it. Jawbreaker, I'm gonna leave to everybody else. If you do see it on sale, though, pick one up for me.
Yeah, I'll wait for sales to see if I even look at these.
Moving on, we've got New Age Varan Snarl, H67. I believe we already talked about it, but if we didn't, we'll do it here. I remember his nasty mug that is just so adorable in Dino mode, and I just want to give him smooches all over that cute little face. Either which way, I think this looks great, just like all the other ones. Not my cup of Energon, since it is the Toon version, but I know there's going to be about 4 or 5 different repaints, and I'd probably like 2 or 3 out of them.
Yeah. This looks good in both modes. I'm waiting on the Shattered Glass version, and I'll be grabbing that one.
Yep, I don't blame you. Another Dinobot, we've got the Proteus Sludge from Planet X. Again, I think this is a really cool design. I love the chest, the Bronchiosaurus neck down his chest. I'm sure the original design had it, but it looks cool. The head's a little wonky, but I know it's accurate to the source material. I will not be picking this up, and even if they do a G2 color, I probably won't pick it up like I did the Grimlock, because 1, I got the Grimlock for half off. 2, isn't it like green or something? Or is it red? All red? Either which way, it's not going to look as good as the blue Grimlock. But will you be picking this up?
I actually saw this yesterday, because I think this is isn't this just a re-release of the one that came out earlier this year or late last year?
I don't think it ever came out. I think it's just now coming out.
Oh, okay. Because I could have swore I could have. Well, yeah. Then no. I could have bought it before. It was on sale, and I actually missed the sale. But
then it's a re-release, I guess.
Yeah. So I passed on this. For the reason of I did actually get that blue Grimlock as well, and I would want to keep it G2. So hopefully they come out with a G2 version of this, and I can add that to the collection, because I don't need another set of regular, even if stylized, but regular colored Dinobots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you right there. But let's keep it going. And first thing is we have the Red Star Saber team. So this is supposed to be in stock in September, so this month, at the Chosen Prime. So I've got to say the packaging on these is what tipped me over into picking them up. It's so nostalgic. I love the differences between the normal Saber team and the Red Saber team. It's just a little bit of a difference, and it's really cool. So I'll be picking these up. What about you?
Yep. I don't know if the first Saber team has made it to my house yet. I haven't looked, but I will be picking up the red set as well, and I think they look great. Yeah, I'm very interested in getting both.
And they're going to look really great with the Fans Hobby Black Naval Commander. I think this figure looks really good. I don't know if I have the funds for it. I hope I do, because I would definitely pick it up. So, but right now, I will be skipping this, but I think it looks great, especially with that red sword.
Yes, that was the thing that sold it for me, so I did pick this up as well. I don't know if it's been shipped out yet or what. I have, again, been on vacation from looking at my mail and deliveries as well. Yeah. Everything's just being held.
Everything's being held, and while he's looking at that, let's get into what's recently released. First thing, our Transformers 1 Halloween costumes are appearing at Walmart and Target. So if you do want to get some of these for yourself or your kid or whatever, if you want a cheap cosplay, go pick it up.
There you go, James. I think they have your size.
They probably do, and I will wait till you put one on, because you know they damn well have your size as well. Next, I always forget the name. New Supply showed off their Arnie head for the Seekers.
Is it Arnie or Arnold?
It's probably Arnold. I'm just saying Arnie.
Okay. Yeah, I do not have this as of yet, and hopefully I'll have it when I get back.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I just wish some of the stuff around the eye maybe looked more skeleton-y, but I'm sure there's only so much they can do.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. Next, X-Transbot Ratchet. We already talked about this being recently released, but I think it's hilarious that X-Transbots posted this picture and said, "This," in all caps, "is a retractable peg." So
Yeah,
they really wanted you to know that that's a retractable peg, I guess. You know, that's what RC said. But I don't know. I still don't think this is the best Ratchet, and I would just wait for fans' toys. They didn't. I don't think they addressed the whole bait and switch from the prototype either.
Well, a lot of people are getting this in hand. I've been kind of looking online, and a lot of people are happy with it. So I did keep my pre-order. I hope to have it when I get back, or at least sometime shortly after I get back, and be able to determine what side of the fence I rest on. I do like all the accessories that it comes with.
I agree. The accessories are the best part. And from one ambulance to another, they are finally out. They were coming soon, but now they are out. We've got Medicus and Navigant. These are the version 2s. The photos are via I Am No Fire, and it's in stock on Planet Steel Express.
Yeah. God, just another dent to my wallet. So, yeah, I'm in on these, and I should be receiving them soon.
Yeah, and I think these are the better versions. I really like the heads now that they fixed the Streetwise head on both of these. They actually look very, very nice.
They do. They really do. And First Aid, I hope those are Champos. They look well placed, and I'm just I'm gonna have, now it's the Defensor Wars within the same company.
And I love that they have like squirt guns. I just noticed that. To put out fires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do look like a little. That's funny.
Right, they do. They look like super soakers or something. Anyways,
yeah.
I think that's really cool. So let us know your thoughts below on both of those ambulances and all the combiners we talked about. I know this was a really long episode. If you watched it already, or to this point, you must like our show a little bit. So go ahead and subscribe. And Bobby, what else should they do?
Go ahead and like, share. If you're not a member, please consider becoming a member and join us on our next episode. I will still be on vacation. This has been amazing. And as always, till all debates are won, we will see you guys next time.